Hello everyone, and welcome to Warhammer. Today we're going to be doing our faction focus of Skaven, so let's get going. Battle traits, we've kind of already gone over this, so like the other factions, I'll just pause here for a second. Battle formations, you've got Warplock Convocation. Once per turn in your shooting phase, pick up to 3 friendly Skaven units to be the target, roll a dice for each target, and apply the corresponding effect. On a 1, you inflict D3 mortal damage on the target. On 2 to 5, you add 1 to wound rolls for their shooting attacks, and on a 6, in addition to the more power, add 1 to the rend of their ranged weapons for the rest of the turn. Then you've got Fleshmeld Menagerie. Once per turn in your hero phase, pick up 3 friendly non-hero Moldry units to be the target. Roll a dice for each one. On a 1 to 2, inflict D3 mortal damage. On a 3 to 4, add 1 to the attacks of their melee weapons. And 5 to 6, in addition to the effect of the 3 to 4, they also get a ward of 5 up. Virulent Procession. Pick up to 3 Pestilence units. For each target, make a pile in. Then roll a d3 on a 2 up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Then once per turn in your combat phase, pick up to 3 friendly verminous units that charge. Add 1 to the rend characteristic of their melee weapons for the rest of their turn. Heroic traits. If this unit is in combat, roll a dice. On a 3 up, it can immediately use the retreat as if it were your movement phase. Short-tempered. Add 1 to run and charge rolls for friendly Skaven units while they're wholly within 13. And then Skilled Manipulator. While this unit is in the combat range of a non-hero Skaven infantry unit, this unit has a ward of 4 up. Each time you make a successful ward roll for this unit, allocate a damage point to a friendly non-hero Skaven infantry unit within this unit's to A. It doesn't have to be the same one, it seems. Within this unit's combat range after the damage sequence for this. Oh, okay. So basically make your hero a lot tankier. Artifacts of power. End of each turn, you heal D3 or Warpstone Charm. Pick an enemy unit in combat. On a 3 up, subtract 1 from save rolls. Then once per battle, Skaven Brood. Pick a friendly non-hero Skaven infantry unit wholly within 13 and inflict D3 mortal damage. Then add 1 to the attacks. You're probably taking Foul Hide or Warpstone Charm. You're probably not taking Skaven Brood. Spell Lore. The Lore of Ruin. Casting value of 6 Wither, inflicts D3 mortal damage to the target. Pick a visible enemy unit within 13. You're unlimited. Skitter Leap, casting value of 6. Pick a friendly Skaven Wizard, visible friendly Skaven Hero wholly within 13. Remove the target from the battlefield and set it up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches from all enemy units. Warp Gale, casting value of 7. Pick a friendly Skaven Wizard to cast a spell. Pick a visible enemy unit within an 18 inches. And then the target gets strike last. Prayer Lore, answer value 4. Filth Crust. Pick a visible friendly Skaven infantry unit wholly within 13. Add 1 to wound rolls for their combat attacks. If the chanting roll is an 8 up, the target's melee weapons have crit mortal as well. Answer value 4, and that's your unlimited. Answer value 4, Bile Torrent. Pick a visible enemy unit within 13. Roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in the target unit. For each 5 up, inflict a mortal damage. If the chanting roll was an 8 up, inflict 1 mortal damage on a 4 up instead. And then Rabid Tough, answer value 5. Pick a visible friendly Skaven infantry unit wholly within 13. Subtract 1 from wound rolls for attacks that target that unit until the start of your next turn. In addition, if the chanting roll was an 8 up, add 1 to save rolls. Alright, neat. Manifestation, Warp Lightning Vortex, casting value of 7, Vermintide, casting value of 7, and Bell of Doom, casting value of 7. Thankful has Bone Repair damage. Pick an enemy Rampage. Pick an enemy unit in combat. Roll a dice. On a 3 to 5, inflict D3 mortal damage on the target. On a 6, inflicts 2d3 mortal damage on the target. Staff of the Horned Rat, add 1 to casting rolls. Warp Amulet, heal D3 at the end of any turn. And then casting value of 7, Terrible Madness. Pick a visible enemy unit within 13. They cannot use commands. In addition, roll a number of dice equal to the number of models from the target unit for each 6 inflicted mortal damage on the target. Pretty powerful, able to kind of uh, neutralize enemies. Lord Screech Vermin King, casting value of 7, the dreaded 13th spell, pick a visible enemy unit within 13. Roll 13 dice for each 5 up, inflict mortal damage, and you can return 1 slain model to a friendly clan rats unit wholly within 13. Once per turn, enemy combat phase, terrifying monstrosity, pick an enemy infantry unit in combat. On a 3-up, they can't use commands and subtract an amount equal to the roll from the target's control score for the rest of it to the start of your next turn. And then the 13-headed one, pick one of the following effects to apply until the start of your next turn. Add 1 to casting rolls for Master Command Wizards wholly within 13. Add 1 to charge rolls for verminous units wholly within 13. Add 1 to hit rolls for shooting attacks made by Scryer units wholly within 13. Add 1 to rend characteristic of melee weapons used by friendly etching units while they're wholly within 13. Add 1 to chanting rules for friendly pestilent priests while they're wholly within 13, or heal D3 each friendly molder unit wholly within 13. So pretty useful utility character. Vermin Lord Deceiver, Lord of Assassins. When you declared the redeploy command for a friendly action infantry unit wholly within 13, if you roll a 1 to 3 when determining the distance the unit can move, you can use a value of 4 instead. And once per turn in any combat phase of the rampage, burst from the shadows. If the unit is in combat, roll dice. On a 4-up, you can pick a point on the battlefield within 13 and within an inch of any enemy unit. Remove this unit from the battlefield and set it up again within an inch. Note that this ability allows the unit to be set up in combat with a new enemy unit. So pretty sneaky ability, as you would expect. The Vermin Lord Corruptor, Lord of Great Plagues. If the unmodified chanting roll for a friendly pestilent priest this phase was a 6, pick one of the following effects. And he is a priest, so. Crimson Wheel Curse. Pick an enemy unit within 13 for the rest of the battle. Each time they use the move ability, inflict D3 mortal damage on it after the move has been resolved. The Never Plague. For the rest of the battle, you can reroll chanting rolls for friendly pestilence priests. And then Undolent Scourge. Pick a visible enemy unit within 13, inflict 2d3 mortal damage on them. So that's pretty powerful. And then once per turn in the combat phase, Plague Master, pick up to 3 enemy units in combat, roll d3 for each target. On a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Give this unit 1 ritual point. That's pretty strong. Vermin Lord Warbringer, Tyrant of Battle, pick up to 2 friendly verminous infantry units while within 13. The targets can each use the all-out defense or all attack command this phase, even if the command has been used by a friendly unit this phase. Note it does still cost the command point. Once per turn, at the end of any turn, a killing blow, pick a damaged enemy unit, roll dice. If the roll is less than the number of damage points the target has, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Vermin Lord Warpseer, define the future while the target is on the battlefield, add 2 to the distance friendly units can move when using the always 3 claw steps ahead ability. Then hurl Scry Orb, pick an enemy unit in combat. This unit can use the Divine the Future ability for the rest of the battle. Roll dice on a 2-up. Inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. This unit cannot use the Divine the Future ability. Sorry. Arch Manipulator, once per turn. In the combat phase, pick an enemy unit in combat, roll dice on a 4-up, the target has strike last. And then Tectonic Splintering, pick a visible enemy unit within 18. Until the start of your next turn, subtract 1 from the number of dice rolled when making charge rolls to a minimum of 1. Sorry, I had to get my dog on my lap. Greyer Seer, Warpstone Shards. The next time you make a casting roll 3d6 instead of 2d6. The roll cannot be re-rolled or modified. If the casting roll is 13, the spell is successfully cast and cannot be unbound. After the effect of the spell has been resolved, inflict d3 mortal damage on this unit. If the casting roll is not 13, remove one dice of your choice from the casting roll and use the remaining 2d6 as the casting roll. All right. Arch Warlock, Overseers of the Engine Covens. Each time a friendly Skyr unit wholly within 13 uses the Covering Fire command. Do not subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made as part of that ability. Cool. Warlock Engineer. More warp energy when you declare shoot for ability for this unit. It was not set up this turn and has not used a move ability. Roll a dice on a 2-up. Set the damage characteristic of this unit's warlock musket for the rest of the turn to 3 for the rest of the turn. On a 1, inflict D3 mortal damage on this unit. Sniper Master, once per turn in your shooting phase. A visible enemy hero. For the rest of the turn, this unit and friendly warlock Giselle units wholly within 13 of this unit can ignore the effect of the guarded hero ability when picking the target for their shooting attacks. Warlock Bombardier, explosive payload, add 1 to the hit rolls for this unit's shooting attacks that target an enemy unit that has 10 or more models. And when you declare a shoot ability for this unit, it was not set up this turn and it's not used a move ability. Roll dice on a 2-up, set the damage characteristic of the Doom Rocket to D3 plus 3 for the rest of the turn. On a 1, inflict D3 mortal damage. Storm Fiends, lots of weapon options. Shock Gauntlets, each time an attack made with this unit, Shock Gauntlet scores a critical hit. It scores D6 hits on the target instead of 1, make a win roll for each. Or Grinder Fist to Tunnelers in any movement phase. Pick this unit if it is in the tunnels below. It includes any models armed with Grinder Fist. Set this unit anywhere up on the battlefield more than 9 from all enemy units. So it gives it a little bit more flexibility. Warp Lightning Cannon. Each attack made with this weapon in a single phase must target the same enemy unit. For each hit inflicts a mortal damage. So it's 2d6 attacks, 4 up to do a mortal damage. More Warp Lightning. If this unit is within the combat range of a friendly Skyr hero, add 6 to the attacks of its Warp Lightning Blast for the rest of the turn. However, for each unmodified hit roll of 1 for an attack made with this unit's Warp Lightning Blast, inflict D3 mortal damage on this unit after the shoot ability has been resolved. So that's dangerous for sure. Acolyte Globadiers. Hidden weapon team. While this unit is within the combat range of a friendly clan rats unit that has 5 or more models, there are no other friendly weapon team units within that unit's combat range. This unit is not visible to enemy units more than 13 away. Gas clouds, add 1 to the damage characteristic of this unit's poisoned wind globes for attacks that target an enemy unit that has 10 or more models. Doom Wheel. This unit can move a distance up to its move characteristic. This unit can pass through other models and the combat ranges of enemy units, but it cannot end that move in combat. Then pick up to 3 enemy units that this unit passed across, roll D3 for each target, 2 up, inflicting an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll, and it can use this ability even if it's in combat. So, pretty strong. Warlock Giselles. This unit has not used a move ability this turn and was not set up this turn. Add 1 to hit rolls for this unit's shooting attacks for the rest of the turn. So, get to snipe some guys. Warp Fire Throwers. While this unit is within the combat range of a friendly clan rats unit that has 5 or more models, and there are no other friendly weapon team units, this unit is not visible to enemy units more than 13. So, same thing. Same thing with a Rattling Gun. You're just getting different flavors. Doomflare, if this unit charged this phase, pick an enemy unit within an inch. Roll D3 on a 2-up, inflict amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. These models are pretty cool. Skaven are also kind of the only kind of on my interested radar. Bubonic Barrage, each time this unit uses a shoot ability, if all of its attacks targeted the same enemy unit, after that ability has been resolved, roll dice. If the result is equal to or less than the number of models in that enemy unit that were slain by attacks made by the Plague Claw catapult, the enemy unit has strike last. Plague Priest. He's a priest, obviously. Subtract 1 from ward rolls for enemy units wholly within. No, just while they're within 6. Passive Altar of the Great Corruptor. Friendly Pestilence units have a ward of 6 up while they're wholly within 6 of this unit. I'm sorry about that. My alarm went off. Plague Monks. Each time a model in this unit is slain by a combat attack and the model was in combat with the attacking unit, roll a dice. On a d6, inflict mortal damage on the attacking unit after the fight ability has been resolved. So it makes them able to hit back a little bit, which they need because they're like wet paper. Claw Lord. While this unit is damaged, add 3 to the attack's characteristic of its Warforged Blade. And when you declare a fight, pick a friendly non-hero verminous infantry unit. They can fight afterwards. So you fight twice. Clan Rats. You can return D3 slain models to this unit at the end of any turn. This is a unit of 20 as well. Storm Vermin. Friendly Skaven infantry heroes have a ward of 5 up while they're within this unit's combat range. This unit does not get the ward of 5 up, which is interesting. Rat Ogres. Inflict in combat phase, inflict D3 mortal damage on this unit, then add 1 to the attack's characteristic of their melee weapons. So can do some damage to yourself and add 1 to the attacks. It's kind of hard to justify that because they're only 4 wounds apiece. Master Molder, pick another friendly Molder unit wholly within 13, heal 3 to the target. And then Tyrannical Packmaster, pick another friendly Molder unit within this unit's combat range, add 2 to the charge rolls for that unit. Hell Pit Abomination, Avalanche of Flesh, pick an enemy infantry unit in combat. Roll a dice on a 3. Roll a dice for each model in the target unit. For every 5 up, inflict mortal damage on the target. At the end of any turn, heal d6 this unit. And then 2 Horrible to Die passive the first time this unit would be destroyed before removing it from the battlefield. Roll a dice. On a 1, the unit is destroyed. On a 2 or 4, roll a d3 for each enemy unit in combat. On a 2 up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on that unit equal to the roll. Then this unit is destroyed, or 5 to 6. This target is not destroyed and any remaining damage points inflicted on it have no effect, then heal d6. So, can be quite powerful monster. Deathmaster. I really like this model as well. Shadowy Killers. If the unmodified hit roll for an attack that targets this unit is a 1 to 4, the attack fails and the attack sequence ends. While friendly Eshin units are wholly within 13, they can shoot and or charge even if they use the run ability. Claw Lord on Null Beast. While this unit is damaged, add 3 to the attack characteristic of its Warforged Halberd. And Cruel Commander, pick a friendly non-hero verminous infantry wholly within 13, inflict a mortal damage, then add 5 to their control score. Grayseer on Screaming Bell. You've got the Peel of Doom. It's a wizard too. So roll a dice and apply the corresponding effect in your hero phase. On a 1, you inflict d3 mortal damage on this unit. On a 2 to 4, until the start of your next turn, subtract 1 from hit rolls for combat attacks made by enemy units while they're within 13. And 5 to 6, roll d3 for each enemy unit within 13. On a 2 up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on that unit equal to the roll. Passive friendly Skaven infantry units have a ward of 6 up while they're wholly within 6. And Crack's Call, casting value of 6. Pick a visible enemy unit that does not have fly and is within 13. If the casting roll exceeds the target's move characteristic, it inflicts an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the difference between the casting roll and its move characteristic. That's an interesting one for sure. Rattling Warp Blaster. Add 1 to the hit rolls for shooting attacks for that target an enemy unit that has 10 or more models. And then more Warpstone Bullets. If this unit is within the combat range of a friendly Skyer hero, this unit's hail of Warpstone Bullets has an attack characteristic of 6d6 plus 3 instead of 3d6 plus 3 for the rest of the turn. However, for each unmodified hit roll of a 1, inflict mortal damage after the shoot has been resolved. Night Runners. This unit can use the normal move as if it's your movement phase and deployment. And while each model in this unit is within an inch of any terrain features, this unit cannot be targeted by shooting attacks unless the attacking model is within 9 inches of it. Bell of Doom. So this is a spell, or one of the spells. Health of 7, 3d6 move, 6 up save, 2d6 attacks, 4 up, rend 1 damage. Subtract 1 from wound rolls for attacks that target friendly Skaven infantry wholly within 13 of the manifestation. has a ward of 6 up. Gnaw Hole gives you volatile ground. Models can pass through this terrain feature but can't be set up on it or move or end moves on any part of it. Each time an enemy unit ends a move that passed through or across this terrain, roll a d3 on a 2-up, inflicting amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. You have the Endless Vermintide. You can spend a command point once per turn at the end of your turn. Pick a friendly non-hero Skaven infantry unit that's been destroyed. Set up a replacement unit with half the number of models around up, wholly within 6 of a friendly null hole and more than 3 from all enemy units. And pick a friendly Skaven unit that is not in combat and is wholly within 6. Remove the target from the battlefield and set up again wholly within 6 inches of another friendly null hole and more than 9 from all enemy units. The Vermintide spell, 13 health, 7-inch move, 6-up save. Chittering Bites, 13 attacks, 5-up, 5-up, no rend, 1 damage, crit auto wound. And then more rats, heal d6 this manifestation at the end of any turn, and it has a ward of 6-up. Then Warp Lightning Vortex, when a number of damage points equal to this manifestation's health characteristic, which is 7, save 6-up. This manifestation is destroyed, since there's 3 models in this one. If this manifestation was not set up this turn, pick each enemy unit within 6 inches of the manifestation. Roll dice for each target on a 4-up, inflict d3 mortal damage, and then warp 4 attacks, subtract 2 from run rolls and charge rolls for enemy units while they are wholly within 6 of this manifestation. In addition, if an enemy unit passes across the manifestation, inflict d3 mortal damage on that enemy unit after the move ability has been resolved. Then you've got your 2 spearheads. You've got the Null Feast Claw Pack, and through that you've got the Claw Lord on Null Beast with a Gracier, a Warlock Engineer, 2 units of 10 Clan Rats, and 3 Rat Ogres. You can put them in the tunnels and bring them up in the corners of the battlefield. Regiment abilities, you either pick a ranged weapon a friendly unit is armed with once per battle, and the weapon has crit mortal, or too quick to hit, no mortal damage is inflicted when they use the retreat. You're probably going to use that one. Enhancements, you have lead the seething horde instead of using the setup instructions in the call to reinforcement. It can be set up wholly within 13 of this unit and not in combat. Warpstone Charm, subtract 1 from save rolls for enemy units in combat with your general. Scryer Connections, your general's Rattling pistol has an attack characteristic of 2d6 instead of d6. And the Cloak of Stitch Victories, your general has a ward of 5-up. You're either going the Cloak of Stitch Victories or the Warpstone Charm, in my mind. Claw Lord has the same corner to rat ability, so you damage him and don't kill him, and he does a lot of damage back. Pick a friendly unit wholly within 13 on a 3-up, add the roll to the target's control score, with their casting value of 6-up, inflict d3 mortal damage on the target. Warlock Engineer can also do more warp energy. And then Clan Rats are same, and you can reinforce them. They're reinforceable. Then Rat Ogres inflict d3 mortal damage on this unit, add 1 to the attack. So same ability, exactly. Then you've got your Warp Spark Claw Pack, which is a Gracier, 3 Storm Fiends, a Warp Lightning Cannon, and 2 units of 10 Clan Rats. This is going to be a strong one. Always 3 claw steps ahead once per phase. In the enemy movement phase, pick a friendly unit that is not in combat. The unit can use the normal move as if it was your movement. And then regiment abilities, you can pick one. Either once per battle, when an enemy targets your Storm Fiend with an attack, your Storm Fiend has ward of 4-up for the phase, or when a friendly Clan Rat unit uses its Seething Swarm, you can return d6 instead of d3. Both of those abilities are crazy. Skilled Manipulator, your general has a ward of 4-up while they're within an inch of friendly Clan Rat units, so that's pretty strong. Cage of Warp Lightning, once per battle, pick a visible enemy unit within 6. On a 2-up, they get strike last and inflict a mortal damage on a 1, inflict a mortal damage on your general. Skitter Leap, casting roll of 2d6. Roll a 6 on a 6-up. Remove your general from the battlefield. Set them up again on the battlefield more than 6 from all enemy units. They cannot use move abilities in the following movement phase. and then scurry away, roll a dice. On a 3-up, the unit can immediately use the retreat ability as if it was your movement phase. If so, no mortal damage is inflicted on it. Skitter Leap's looking pretty good, and Skilled Manipulator is pretty good. Grayseer has the same ability as the other one. Storm Fiends have shot gauntlets each time, so it scores d6 hits on a critical. Warp Lightning Cannon, yeah, you just don't get to overcharge it. So same thing. Clan Rats, same thing. And I think that's it. Yeah, as for Skaven, I think they're going to be really interesting, really self-destructive at times, but they wouldn't be Skaven if they were not. I think they'll be very interesting. They're definitely an army I would consider getting into, mainly because I really love the Storm Fiends um, and Clan Skyer. Um, but I could get into other stuff as well. I like the idea of Eshin. I just don't like the old models. Saturday, so it'll be in the past for y'all when this comes out because I will be doing a live, not a live review, but sort of a close to live review that will not be going up on. I mean, it will go up on Patreon, but it will also go up on YouTube on the same time because I just want to get it out while the iron is hot. Um, but we'll see probably new Skaven models this Saturday. I would like it to be Stormcast, but it doesn't look like the Stormcast are winning in the polls right now. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what unit you're most excited about in this army and what factions you're most excited for me to cover or play in the new edition. Um, Barring that, we'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day.